Hey everybody, so excuse my mess please. I lost my house and had to move into a place an eighth of the size of it, but it's not bad. I had to unfortunately get rid of half of my stuff, but I decided to keep him because he's kind of cool. Boomer. He's my head of security. Anyway, so that's why the place is a mess. I'm slowly unpacking. But, so, the thing about apartments and rental places is that you always don't have a place to put your stuff. So, I have a Dyson first generation DC 35, I think you can call it the stick. It's the first generation one. I've had it forever and it works great. The only thing I would have any concern about is that thing gets like jammed up very quickly. And instead of having like a motor, or maybe it does have a motor, but it's a really crappy motor because you can get a piece of toilet paper in there and the little thing will just go and I won't make that sound again. So anyway, I had to tear down my hydroponics plant, so I took some wood from it and made a freestanding stand for it. Now, as you can see down here, I wanted it to be flat, but I don't have my workspace anymore, so I was cutting it by hand, and my hands aren't as steady as they used to be. And trying to cut pressure treated wood with a jigsaw is kind of hard. So anyway, what I did is I measured what I needed, and I will be honest with you, if your cuts are off on the bottom, if there's even any like bend in the wood, it will kind of make it uneven, and that's what made for this difference of not really touching the floor like I wanted it to. So it kind of puts some undue pull forward on it, which you can't see too bad, but I'm going to take two of those IKEA slider feet and put it in the front to kind of, balance it back a little bit. So 2x4s. Now, I would recommend a 2x6 if you have it, because when I tried it with just one 2x4, it was too wobbly. But with the two 2x4s, it makes it much steadier. But to drill it, I had to move it right to the side of the split in the middle, so it's a little uneven, but I'm going for function, not aesthetics. Oh, I said a big word. Anyway, so the area in the back is, it's the 2x4s in the middle are 12 inches, and I even put a 1x2 at the bottom to make the base, because it's hard to put all of that together. So if you have the 1x2 in the bottom, you can screw it into the 1x2, and then you can just slide your 2x4s in, or your 2x6 in, and then it's much easier to make it work. Always pre-drill your holes. I am a huge fan of this brand, Spax. Really, really good. The only thing is, I don't know, you have to make sure to get the one that there's exterior ones, and then there's exterior, the orange ones, which means, I'm sorry, the green. It has orange, but it has this green thing for all wood types. Because if you don't, and you try to put them into even pre-drilled, pressure-treated wood, it's like they made them with almost no tolerance for it, and it will literally, you'll strip the bit So anyway, if I had my druthers, I probably would have put an additional inch in the back, but it's actually very steady. This is from the unevenness on the bottom, which I'm going to fix with those IKEA nail feet things, because they have the ones that have the little adjusters on them, but the difference in the front two from the back are, I measured it, are just enough for those little feet, so it'll fix it. But anyway, so you can put this in like of course, in my place, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh good, 2 cabinets. Well, no. Denied. So, of course, when you're used to having a kitchen twice this size and everything, and so can't put it in there either. So I'm gonna most likely put it, I wanted it near the kitchen so I'd use it. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it right here, and there's a plug right under there. And also, I don't know if you've seen these or not, but Walmart started carrying, can you see that? Now, mind you, it doesn't have the amber color like the IKEA ones that are like $57 million a piece. But they do cast a much nicer white light. And it's got the LED no heat kind of thing. Whereas this lovely 1960 chandelier, it's got all those 40-watt heat things. So I, somewhere in my mess, oh, here they are, I found these were actually on sale. Oh, and one little hint about LEDs, whenever you see soft white and these lumens, that just means this bulb could actually do that many lumens. Not that it necessarily emits that much, because the soft white ones are actually toned down. They have like a little, I forget what it's called, but it's like a governor. It actually like makes it less glaring. And so when something that's supposed to be, how many lumens is that one supposed to be? That one's supposed to be 450 lumens, but my spectrometer from Portable Labs, do-it-yourself spectrometer, actually says that it's only 150 lumens, which is bad, because they governed it down. So whenever you buy these lights, now Walmart of course is not going to sell the LEDs that aren't soft white, and if they do, they'll be really expensive. And the funny thing is there's no more cost in usage, because this is calculated at that many lumens and whatever its equivalent is in wattage that it actually uses, which is not very much. So anyway, so these things last for such a long time that it's, I mean, lasts, it doesn't even say up to, it says last 13 years, which is a very specific quote. But if you're gonna buy bulbs that last 13 years, you might as well spend a couple of dollars more to get the ones that are gonna give you the nice light. And these things, just standing next to it, you can actually feel the heat. So that's why I'm doing that. Anyway, so back to this. On the back side, I took some of my 1x2s and used some of the shorter spacks. Again, pre-drill your holes. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but that bottom row of screws, the bottom row of screws down here are the ones that go into the 1x2. And then the upper ones, you want to make sure that your angle is opposite from the other side, because when you try to drill through and your other screws are in there, it's gonna break your drill bit. So you want to do one side left to right, and then on the other bottom side you're also going to do left to right, but it'll end up being the left on this side is opposite to flip over. So it's pretty easy as far as that's concerned. You always want to make sure that your base is large enough to accommodate the height of your tower. I don't know what the math is for it, but depending on the weight, since this is so top, well, this actually doesn't weigh very much. I mean, one piece of this wood, the pressure treated wood, weighs more than the whole damn thing. But you're gonna be, oh god, it's hard to get out. To get it out of here, you literally have to like lift this up and pull it out. So once I get that level, it won't do it as much, but if your legs are longer this way, then you will have less rocking. Or you could just make it to where you can butt it up against a wall and drill it into the wall, like you do most IKEA furniture. At the top you put a retaining screw. But like I said, this is not professional, I guess. But I didn't want to walk 18 miles because it's hard enough for me to walk 5 feet. So with Boomer's hair and this floor, it should be a lot easier to keep clean by just having it right there, as opposed to all the way in the other room against the far wall, which is where the plug is over there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and just remember that emotions are gifts you give yourself, and nobody can give them or take them away from you. Love you guys. Have a peaceful day.